Today's High Performance Podcast is brought to you by Josh Phegan Digital. It's the only place that you'll find our expansive resource library. Every form, checklist, visual and dialogue that you'll ever need to systemize your business. Available to edit in PDF to rapidly take your business to the next level. Welcome to High Performance, the podcast featuring Josh Phegan and Alexander Phillips. Alexander, I love this conversation about waking up productive. And, there's a number of agents that are in a position that as you get into hotter weather and later nights and twilight inspections and a whole range of things as you march into that Christmas period, consumers, coming a little bit off focus. How do you actually wake up productive and stay in that zone? And that's one of the big things that anyone ever picks up with you is that literally you are super productive in the way that you got to use your day and how you got to use your calendar. What are some things that you think are really important for an agent to do to make sure they wake up productive in the marketplace?
Josh, nothing is better than having it all ready the day before, the week before. Like once you wake up, you've got a big day ahead, you've pre-planned your day, you look at your calendar when you're in bed and go, okay, I've got, my first appointment 7:30, I'm, all the way through till 5 o'clock at night. That pre-planning and having everything, ready to go, for the day ahead is super important. I confirm all my appointments at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, so I know that people are expecting me. I know that I'm on, and they come back saying, "Yep, we're ready to go." And most of our days are filled with a lot to do, which is mainly obviously appraisals, negotiations, and vendor meetings and whatnot. So it's about a lot of these productive times is making sure you're following the processes right. Like half of my week coming forward for this week is we had 14 auctions booked in for this Saturday, which would be close to a record for us. We've sold about half, but there's 7 to go. All of those vendors have been met with in the second week, but they've all got to be met with this week. So, we know that if we follow the process, meet all these vendors, we can hopefully have close to 100% clearance rate. So that making sure that you do actually have a process. And the process means you've got to do certain triggers, throughout each one of the sales. So vendor meeting every second week, vendor reports, face-to-face, additional marketing, whatever it might be. That in itself, if you've got, more than 5 properties going, you're going to be full. So, where I see agents within our office and outside the office, they don't meet the vendors. They don't do vendor reports. They drop the ball. This is where they drop the ball, where we're ramping up the pressure on our vendor, on our processes to ensure we're clearing all the stock. So I think you've got to actually have a process, but there's many elements within that which will make your life quite busy and will keep your calendar full. And if it's not full, well, you've got a database of I speak to so many people that come to me. So I've got 5,000 people in my database. I think I've only got 3,000. These guys are doing maybe 40 or 50 sales a year. Well, if you've got 5,000 people, call all of them by the end of the year. Keep yourself busy and clear out your database. Manage it so you've got people referring you and whatnot. So it's about making sure the busyness. You will get busier as well. If you do everything right and you're running around but being productive busy, not like I've been in the office from 7 till 7, but I've done nothing.
There were 2 things that I think about is that, over the course of the next 10 years, do you think that your life is going to get busier or is it going to get quieter? And the answer is going to be busier. And off the back of that, literally, do you think that life is going to get faster or slower? And obviously it's going to get faster. So it's going to get faster, it's going to get busier. And as you get good, more people are going to want to use you. So how are you planning on coping with that new level of demand? And the thing that you said to me, which was pretty amazing a few years back, you said, Josh, from the moment that my car leaves the garage in the morning until my car gets back in the garage at night, I'm either on the phone or in front of a customer. So I'm thinking about that dead time of that 15 minutes when an appointment finishes early, where it's not worthwhile going back to the office and you're going to the next appointment. Be on the phone and make some calls. If you've got a buyer who turns up late, be on the phone and make some calls. If you're in a position that, you don't have an assistant yet and you have to go to a pest and building report, make sure that you've also got a list of calls to make whilst you're actually there until you get to that level of momentum. Alex, that relentless drive to just get in there and make it happen. Obviously, you push the emotions aside. There are some people who still have the emotions. I don't really feel like doing it today. Oh, it's hard. I woke up tired. I'm not really where I need to be. What do you do to snap back into reality and to get productive if you've been hit with something that has literally taken you a little bit off course?
Well, I look at, this Saturday I'm going to Europe for 2 weeks, and I knew that 10 weeks ago that my year was going to be cut in half by 2 weeks. I just went into overdrive, and we've had 2 massive months, and we'll also do a big October because we've compressed everything. And then I thought, actually, I'm not going to go away again until, next year. Then I thought, actually, December, I'm just going to be burnt out. So I booked in a holiday yesterday, leaving on the 11th of December. So I know when I get back, I've got 6 weeks to go hard. I think the 6 weeks that we do are most agents, 12 weeks.